Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've got some exciting data here that really shows that house prices are more affordable than they were 20 years ago. Now, I know the comments are going to go crazy and people just won't believe that, but there's real data to back this up, that house prices are more affordable right now than they were in 2005. Now, after 2005, house prices went up for quite some time before ultimately we had that big crash in 2008. So in this video, I'm going to talk about who's saying this, where's the data coming from, and what regions this impacts as well, because it's not everywhere that house prices are more affordable. In fact, some places they're less affordable, but there are also some surprises in this. So if you're new around here and you haven't done already, do make sure you subscribe to the channel over there and hit that bell notification. We're on the way to 45,000 subscribers now, which is absolutely crazy. And by subscribing, you'll get all the latest property news, house price news, interest rate news, and everything that's happening in the market. Let's get some views on this video. How can you help us do that? Easy. Smash like, tickle like, do something to that like button. That helps with the YouTube algorithm, and that has helped the channel grow to where it is today. So thank you to everyone that does that. So this data is coming to us from Nationwide Building Society, and it's really interesting to see how we compare to 2005, because a lot of people are always talking about house prices not being affordable, but that's been that way for quite some time. And so right now we're back to where we were in 2005. And as I said, after 2005, we had some house price increases all the way up until we had that crash in 2008. So that indicates that we might have a little bit more room for house prices to increase. And also affordability is going to improve again when interest rates start to drop. Hopefully next month we've got an interest rate drop. So what are they saying here? So the average house price in the UK at the moment is 5.8 times your salary at the moment. So that's the average. Now, obviously some areas are going to be significantly cheaper than others, and some places are very, very expensive. But let's see what's happened with house prices and wages since 2005. So on average in the UK, house prices since 2005 are up, obviously, and they're up 73%. So not insignificant, a fair big jump there. Now, some areas have really torn away like London, while others like the North haven't really moved very, very much since 2005. What about wages though? Are they going up at a similar rate? Well, surprisingly, wages are up in that period of time 76%. So things have got a little bit more affordable, but you've got to take into account that everything else has got more expensive. The cost of living at home, you've got electricity, you've got food bills that have also got more expensive in that time. So what's the long-term average? Is 5.8 normal? Well, the long-term average is that house prices have been 4.8 times your salary. So we're still higher than that. And in 2005, we were at 5.9 times your salary in order to get a property. So what about different areas of the UK? How is this impacting people in different pockets of the UK? Well, London, you need 9.2 times your salary. So London, right now, you need 9.2 times your salary in order to get a property. But in 2005, what did you need then? You needed 7.1% times 7.1 times your salary. And so that's a big difference. Let's look at some other areas. What about the North? How does that compare? So in the North right now, you only need 4 times your salary on average to get a property, where in 2005, you needed 5.4 times. So that's improved massively. So I'd say that you're not going to see any real correction in house prices up north for quite some time. I just don't think it needs to happen. In fact, you've seen that in the data that we've been talking about recently. You've had places up north that have gone up 9% in a year, and they're still 4 times the salary. So that works quite well. Let's have a look at a few other areas here. What about Scotland? So Scotland right now is 4.1 times your salary that you need. And in 2005, so that's now, that's 2005. In 2005 in Scotland, you needed 5.8 times your salary. So affordability has definitely, 4.7, that's wrong. That's wrong. Right now, in 2005, you needed 4.7 times your salary. So that's improved slightly there. South East, let's have a look at the South East. So the South East, right now in the South East, it's 7.1 times your salaries. And it used to be, 20 years ago, 6.8. So it's a little bit harder. So London's more expensive, South East is more expensive in that 20-year period. Now, you've got to take into account a few other things when you're looking at this stuff. So what Nationwide also said is that people struggle and find it harder to get their deposit. So once they're on the property ladder, it's good, but saving that deposit is harder because rents are significantly more and have gone up way faster than house prices. So that's had an impact on people saving. Also, as we said, the cost of living. So the cost of living, the inflation that we've had on your energy costs and your food costs, that stuff has had a massive impact on people being able to save their stuff. Now, what about percentage of their take-home pay that goes on a mortgage? Well, in 2000, so mortgage payments, we'll call this. In 2005, it was 38% of your take-home pay. And now, so in 2025, it is 34% of your take-home pay. So it's actually better. While you might not feel like that, it's actually better and likely to improve as interest rates start to come down. So that is positive. Now, what that also shows us is maybe the market's a little bit more resilient than some people think. And yes, we could get to a point where house prices drop, but it's not quite as bad. Now, the rental market isn't the same. People are spending significantly more out of their take-home pay in the rental market, and it is harder for people in that situation. And that's why you get some people that just can't get the deposit that they're needed. But I think that you will start to see more lenders making products that you can use if you don't have that big deposit. You've got April mortgages doing it. You've got lenders doing 5% deposits. And I think that once you get on that property ladder and you're a few years in, you will start to see the benefits. Let me know what you think about this data. Was this surprising to you? Do comment below. Do make sure you smash like, do subscribe, and also check out all the other content as well on the channel, including this video right here.